So as I mentioned before, the flat bars were the bars that I settled for. I tried the 1-inch flat bars and I tried the 13-inch Ape Hangers. I did not like them. I did not like the shape of them. So I found this original Harley Davidson flat bars and I installed them in there. And the bike has had lots of small parts added to it. It's worth mentioning that I'm not a mechanic. In fact, I work for the NHS in the UK and I'm a psychologist, so I'm a doctor. But I've learned tweaking and playing with bikes and cars since I was a teenager. So it's my hobby really. The limitations of the changes I want to make is that I'm based in the UK, so most of the parts have to come from America. So they have obviously the postage and the import duty, so they become quite expensive. The second difficulty is the weather in this country, and it's been cold for the past few months. So one of the decisions I made was to bring the bike inside the house so I can start doing some work to it. And that in itself was a big challenge because, as you can probably see, the bike is quite wide and it had to come through a narrow door through the back garden and now sits in the living room. And yes, I have a very understanding wife who has sacrificed a dining table for my bike and my tools to stay here. As you can probably see, I have turned the living room into somewhat a garage, and over the next few weeks or months I will be doing the work and I will go through what I'm planning to do to the bike. So first of all, I kind of felt that the paint, although I've done an okay job, is very much a rat bike sort of paint, so I want to change that. So those parts are going to come apart and I'm going to paint it sort of pearlescent burnt orange, and I'm planning to do that myself, although I'm not a painter, so I'm going to have a go at that. I'm going to change the exhaust, although I love this exhaust and it sounds awesome. I just wanted a change, so the change is going to be in the shape of the Vance and Hines short shots. Initially I've actually removed the baffles from it, but I'm kind of second thinking that because the exhaust as it is very loud, and I think if I remove the baffles it would be even louder, so maybe I need to put them back on. The other thing that I mentioned to you was the handlebars, and I've got to think about handlebars, and I wanted a sort of Ape Hangers. I wanted a 16-inch Ape Hangers, and I couldn't find the one I wanted in the UK, so I had to find one in America, and the one I'm settling for are these handlebars, which are 1¼ inch. I love them, I love the thickness, I love the look of them, but as you know, when you change in handlebars, it's not going to be that easy. There's going to be lots of work because all the cables need to change, the clutch cable, the brake pipes, the throttle, so that means that everything has to come apart and go back in again, and then I've got to see if the fittings that I have for it now, such as the mirrors, etc., are they going to be the right look for those handlebars or not. So I think I have a task ahead of me. One of the biggest things which I really would love to do, and I haven't been able to do that because of cost purely, is the rear tire. I really would like to have a 300 or 330 back tire. I know lots of people say, oh, you know, it changes the riding position, but I really love to have a very thick back end, but unfortunately cost wise I've been doing some research and I'm probably looking at anything between £3,000 to £4,000 in the UK to make that conversion. So that's going to be a challenge in itself, and I'm not really sure if I'm ready to spend that kind of money just to have a you know, the sort of a big back tire that I wanted. So there you go. This is where I am. This is where we are with this project, and I'm actually just going to make a start and start taking things apart before I start putting them back together, and I will keep you updated. So keep watching. Take care.